Thank you for visiting my channel. Before we start, hit the subscribe button below so you will be notified of future presentations. Our topic is negotiable instruments law, and much of the discussion is lifted from my book, The Law on Negotiable Instruments. This brief presentation discusses the following topics. 1. When is a negotiable instrument payable to order? 2. When is a negotiable instrument payable to bearer? 3. When does an instrument payable to order become payable to bearer? And 4. Can an instrument payable to bearer become one payable to order? First, let's talk about an instrument payable to order. Section 8. When payable to order. The instrument is payable to order where it is drawn payable to the order of a specified person or to him or his order. It may be drawn payable to the order of the following: A. A payee who is not maker, drawer, or drawee, or B. The drawer or maker, or C. The drawee, or D. Two or more payees jointly, or E. One or some of several payees, or F. The holder of an office for the time being. Where the instrument is payable to order, the payee must be named or otherwise indicated therein with reasonable certainty. An instrument payable to A or payable to the order of A have the same legal effect, although there is a bit of difference between them. In the latter form, strictly speaking, there is no payee until A makes an order to pay another person, yet legally A is the payee. Where the instrument is payable to order, the payee must be named or otherwise indicated therein with reasonable certainty. The payee can be any person, including the maker, drawer, or drawee, or any two or more persons jointly, or one or some persons severally, or he can be the holder of an office. Joint payees are indicated by the conjunction "and" to negotiate all must endorse. Several payees are indicated by the conjunction "or" to negotiate any one of them may endorse. In the event the check is made out to two individuals without specifying "and" or, the bank will likely require both signatures. Under Section 30 of the Negotiable Instruments Law, an instrument payable to order is negotiated by the endorsement of the holder and completed by delivery to the endorsee. Without the words "to order" or "to the order of," the instrument is payable only to the person designated therein and is therefore non-negotiable. Based on this section, the following instruments are payable to order. 1. I promise to pay payee or order 10,000. 2. I promise to pay maker or order 10,000. 3. Pay to drawer or order 10,000. 4. Pay to drawee or order 10,000. 5. Pay to A and B or order 10,000. 6. Pay to A or B or order 10,000. And 7. Pay to the order of the current mayor of Manila 10,000. Where the maker is himself the payee, he becomes his own creditor. Hence, the instrument produces no legal effect. An instrument payable to the order of the maker himself is not a completed instrument until it is endorsed by him to another person who becomes the payee of the instrument. If the endorsement is in blank, the instrument is payable to bearer. On the other hand, a bill drawn payable to the drawer's own order is complete without endorsement. If there is no named payee, or the payee is not named with reasonable certainty, no one would be entitled to the sum payable. No one would have the right to present the bill for acceptance and/or payment, or to negotiate the same. In that case, the instrument may be considered incomplete under Sections 14 or 15, or treated as payable to bearer if the payee appears to be a fictitious or non-existing person, or the name of the payee does not purport to be the name of any person. Where the name of the payee is left blank in an instrument payable to order, Section 14 of the law states, where an instrument is wanting in any material particular, the person in possession thereof has prima facie authority to complete it by filling up the blanks therein. Hence, where no payee is named in an instrument payable to order, the one in possession has prima facie authority to supply the payee's name, provided it is filled up strictly in accordance with the authority given. Next for discussion is instruments payable to bearer. Every negotiable instrument is either payable to bearer or to order without exception. The difference between the two is relatively simple. An instrument made payable to bearer is payable to whomsoever holds the physical documentation of the instrument, while an instrument payable to order is payable only to the order of the person or party identified in the negotiable instrument itself. Section 9. When payable to bearer. The instrument is payable to bearer, A, when it is expressed to be so payable, or B, when it is payable to a person named therein or bearer, or C, when it is payable to the order of a fictitious or non-existing person, and such fact was known to the person making it so payable, or D, when the name of the payer does not purport to be the name of any person, or E, when the only or last endorsement is an endorsement in blank. Based on this section, the following are payable to bearer. 1. Pay to bearer. 2. Pay to the order of bearer. 3. Pay to blank. 4. Pay to cash. 5. Pay to the order of cash. 6. Pay to the order of P or bearer. 7. Pay to the order of white lady. And 8. Pay to XYZ. Anyone who possesses the note styled in any of the foregoing manners is a holder of the note. Paragraphs A and B present no difficulty. Paragraph C holds that where a negotiable instrument is payable to the order of a fictitious or non-existing person, and such fact was known to the person making it so payable, meaning the maker or the drawer, then that negotiable instrument is actually payable to bearer. This means that a bill payable to a fictitious payee but not endorsed in the name of such payee is payable to bearer. That is a sound conclusion, otherwise nobody would be entitled to the sum payable, or it could give some person a bad idea to make a false endorsement in order to give title to the instrument. A fictitious person is not limited to a person having no legal existence. He may be an existing person who has no right to the instrument because he is obviously not the intended payee. Paragraph D holds that when the name of the payee does not purport to be the name of any person, the instrument is deemed payable to bearer. A check payable to the order of cash is payable to bearer, and the bank may pay the person presenting it for payment without the drawer's endorsement. An instrument payable to bearer is negotiated by delivery. The third topic is when an instrument payable to order becomes payable to bearer. Under paragraph E of section 9, an instrument payable to order becomes payable to bearer under the following situations. 1. When there is only one endorsement and that endorsement is in blank, and 2. When there are several endorsements and the last endorsement is in blank. To understand what a blank endorsement is, let us consider Section 34 of the Negotiable Instruments Law. Section 34. Special endorsements, endorsement in blank. A special endorsement specifies the person to whom or to whose order the instrument is to be payable, and the endorsement of such endorsee is necessary to the further negotiation of the instrument. An endorsement in blank specifies no endorsee, and an instrument so endorsed is payable to bearer and may be negotiated by delivery. The person who makes the endorsement is called the endorser, and the person to whom it is endorsed is called the endorsee. And here is an example. Pay to A is the endorsement, A here is the endorsee. He is the person entitled to payment. And the endorser is Juan de la Cruz. His signature is found below the endorsement. In the above example, the endorsee is named above the signature of the endorser. The endorsee, I repeat, is A, and the endorser is Juan de la Cruz, who signed below the endorsee. This is called a special endorsement. However, if the endorser merely affixes his signature without naming his endorsee, the endorsement is said to be in blank. So here is an example. There is no named endorsee, but there is a signature by the endorser Juan de la Cruz. This is a blank endorsement. Here is an example of a promissory note in favor of Juan de la Cruz payee for 10,000. Notice that the signature of Juan de la Cruz is found on the lower left-hand corner. That is a blank endorsement. He merely affixed his signature without naming his endorsee. In the foregoing illustration, there is only one endorsement, and that endorsement is in blank. There is no endorsee indicated above the signature of the endorser. The payee, Juan de la Cruz, merely affixed his signature at the bottom of the instrument without naming his endorsee. In that case, the instrument, although originally payable to order, has been transformed to one payable to bearer. Henceforth, anyone in possession of that instrument becomes the holder or payer thereof, and it may be negotiated by mere delivery. So here is an example of a promissory note again in favor of Juan de la Cruz, the payee, for 10,000 signed by the maker. The payee becomes the first endorser, and he endorses the instrument to A, the endorsee, and he affixes his signature below the endorsement. Sabi niya, pay to A, signed Juan de la Cruz, meaning the payee, the new payee now is A. But A, the new endorsee, endorses the same instrument in favor of B. B now is the endorsee, the person entitled to the payment, and it is signed by A, now the endorser. So he says, pay to B, signed A. But B, in turn, endorses the instrument to C. He says, pay to C, the new payee, endorsee, and signs below the endorsement, signed B. But C, the new endorsee, now the endorser, merely affixes his signature at the bottom of the instrument without naming his endorsee. This is a blank endorsement. In the foregoing illustration, there are several endorsements at the bottom of the instrument. First by the payee Juan de la Cruz in favor of A, then by A in favor of B, and by B in favor of C. However, C merely affixed his signature without naming his endorsee. That is a blank endorsement. Henceforth, anyone in possession of that instrument becomes the payer or holder thereof, and it may be negotiated by mere delivery. Under Section 9, Paragraph E, an instrument payable to order becomes one payable to bearer when the only or last endorsement is an endorsement in blank. In the first illustration above, there is only one endorsement and it is in blank. And in the second illustration, there are several endorsements and the last is in blank. Henceforth, those instruments, while originally payable to order, became payable to bearer until they are again endorsed specially. The last paragraph of Section 9 holds that an instrument originally payable to the order of a particular person becomes payable to bearer by being endorsed in blank, and under Section 35, it ceases to be payable to bearer if afterwards it is endorsed specially. Section 35. Blank endorsement, how changed to special endorsement. The holder may convert a blank endorsement into a special endorsement by writing over the signature of the endorser in blank any contract consistent with the character of the endorsement. A blank endorsement is a blank power authorizing the holder to insert his own name or that of anyone else as endorsee, but under the statute, a blank endorsement is a little more than that. It is making the instrument payable to bearer, though the holder, by inserting his own name or that of another person in the blank space above the endorsement, may change the instrument from one payable to bearer to one payable to a special endorsee or order. The last and fourth topic in this discussion is, can an instrument payable to bearer become payable to order? The answer to that question is found in Section 40 of the law. Section 40, Endorsement of Instrument Payable to Bearer. Where an instrument payable to bearer is endorsed specially, it may nevertheless be further negotiated by delivery, but the person endorsing specially is liable as endorser to only such holders as make title through his endorsement. Section 40 pertains to an instrument originally payable to bearer but endorsed specially. It holds that it continues to be payable to bearer despite the special endorsement. Section 40 further states that the person endorsing specially is liable as endorser to only such holders as make title through his endorsement. The endorser of a bearer instrument incurs the liabilities of a regular endorser under Section 66. Section 40 states that where an instrument payable to bearer is endorsed specially, it may nevertheless be further negotiated by delivery. This is where the saying, once a bearer, always a bearer, comes from. Despite the special endorsement, a bearer instrument remains a bearer instrument, but the endorser of a bearer instrument incurs the liabilities of an endorser under Section 66. If you find this presentation helpful, please hit the subscribe button below to get notification of future lectures. Thank you.